There's been a dramatic air and sea rescue off Sydney after a mayday call came from a sinking boat. The vessel was 5 nautical miles off North Head when it got into trouble early this morning. The Westpac Rescue helicopter found the 2 children and 2 adults clinging to a floating esky.
By the time rescue teams located the stricken crew, which included 2 11-year-old boys, the boat was gone. The day had started as a fishing trip on calm seas, but a fire broke out on board the 40-foot cruiser Intrepid. As the boat lurched and took water, Scott Smiles grabbed the children and an esky.
I knew that we'd be in the water. There was no, beyond the point of return, the boat was, almost vertical. So
one of the men was injured, suffering minor burns from oil on the water. Police say the outcome could have been so much worse. Had Scott not grabbed one more item from the boat, the emergency beacon.
Scott, his friend and the 2 kids were picked up within 45 minutes of that boat going down because of one reason, and that is he had the presence of mind to activate the emergency beacon. And what we need to tell people is these beacons give a GPS location within metres.
The beacon and life jackets on the children may have saved their lives. The Westpac rescue helicopter hovered above the group until they were safe in a police boat.
I just told the boys it'll be all right, they'll be there soon. I said we've got the EPIRB and it was beeping, so I knew it was working.
The boys are said to be doing well. The young crew of the Intrepid will have proved they have courage to match the name of the boat that sank beneath them.
4 people, including 2 young children, stranded at sea after their boat sank in Australia, with only their cool box to cling on to. Scott Smiles, Rick Matthews and their respective 11-year-old sons Riley and Ryan had set off from Sydney in a cruise boat. However, they only got 5 miles before a fire broke out and they were forced to jump overboard.
Grabbed the EPIRB, grabbed my wallet, ran out. By that time Rick had life jackets on the boys. I jumped off, grabbed the esky, jumped off the back deck.
Emergency services received their GPS signal, with a helicopter arriving within 45 minutes to drop an inflatable life raft down to them.
I was in the helicopter, then I had this big bang thing hit the water, and this big raft that almost hit me.
Water police then rushed the 4 back to Sydney, with Matthews suffering from leg injuries caused by chemical burns. Police say they are not treating the fire as suspicious and would not be recovering the boat.
Rescuers say an emergency beacon almost certainly saved the lives of 2 boys and their dads when their fishing boat sank off Dee Why this morning. The group clung to an esky as rescue crews tracked their GPS signal.
A welcome exchange. Cans spill from the esky and into the ocean. Then the raft's away, 2 fathers and their sons on the way to safety. Police scoop up the fishermen and race them from the waters off Sydney's North Head back onto dry land. An ambulance stands by to rush 46-year-old Ryan Matthews to hospital. He's suffering petrol burns and has a fishing lure embedded in his leg. 11-year-old Riley Smiles is unhurt but stunned.
I was in the helicopter, then I had this big bang thing hit the water, and this big raft that almost hit me.
Even sailing around Cape York couldn't prepare him for being shaken awake and thrown into the sea.
And what were you thinking?
Scared.
Yeah?
Black smoke from the exhaust was the first and only sign of trouble before the 41-foot motor launcher went down in under a minute.
Grabbed the EPIRB, grabbed my wallet, ran out. By that time Rick had life jackets on the boys. I jumped off, grabbed the esky, jumped off the back deck.
These beacons give a GPS location within metres, and we are able to get to people very quickly. Had he not done that, I can almost guarantee you we'd still be searching for them.
The Coffs Harbour locals spent an hour in the rolling sea.
It wasn't cold for the first 20 minutes, but then it was really cold.
Before help arrived.
Expensive fishing gear and almost $3,000 in cash has ended up at the bottom of the ocean. Still, Scott Smiles knows the boat's most precious cargo has returned safely to shore.
Like father, like son.
I lost everything, but I can buy all the stuff again.
Life you can't put a price on. Jacqueline Maddock, 10 News.